Shalom, my brothers and sisters. This is Humor from Faith Ministries, and I'm here to bring you guys another video. Now, in this video, I'm going to talk about the last time I communicated with my prodigal spouse. Now, he reached out to me last year in September. I think I mentioned this. He reached out to me last year in September, and we talked for a while. And then I told him, listen. Because the conversation wasn't going anywhere, and I told him, like, listen, I'm not going to talk to you anymore. And he was like, you know what, listen, you don't have to talk to me if you don't want to. So I didn't speak to him for a long while. I think I reached out back to him in this year in January. I think it was in I think it was in the middle of the month, middle of January. I think it was around the 18th or something of January, where I reached out to him, and I told him, you know, I wanted to know how he was doing. I didn't wish him a new year or anything like that. I didn't do that. I just wanted to know how he was doing. And then I picked up, like, out of the conversation that he was upset that last year I told him I didn't want to talk to him, and I didn't talk to him for a while. Like, it was a long time until, you know, January again. And I picked up that he was angry about that. And he didn't mention it to me, but I could, you know, you can pick up on things in the way people talk to you. And what I remember is that after talking to him for a while, I asked him a few questions, you know, and I told him that we need to talk about a few things. And then he just abruptly stopped talking. So that's where we're at. Yeah, as you know, I'm not going to pick up any conversation with anybody who just stopped talking to me or just ghosted me. I'm not going to do that. I will let you sit in that, and I'm not going to reach out to you. I'm not going to talk to you. I'm not going to call you. I'm not going to go by you. I'm not going to text you. I'm not going to do anything. You just stop talking, so okay. I accept. You know, and you don't need to understand with prodigals, they thrive and live in toxicity. It's a common normal thing to them. He probably does this to the counterfeit, and the counterfeit probably blows his phone up, calls him, texts him, goes by his place, stalks him. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Sorry, I'm not the counterfeit. I am a different person. I know who I am. And I'm not going to run after anybody or text anybody, call anybody, or blow their phone up because they ghosted me or didn't respond to a text that I sent. I'm just going to let you be who you want to be, and I'm just going to go about my day and my business. And this is, you need to understand that a prodigal, and sometimes the prodigal thinks that they can have their cake and eat it too, because I've noticed with my prodigal is that he told me that, you know, I want to go on vacation with you. I want to see you again. And I was like, listen, you're not going to see me again. I'm not going, listen, and this is for all of you to understand. It is not wise. It's not wisdom to go around a person that you know has a reprobate mind, who you know is not in their right mind. Okay, it's not wise to be around that person. If I'm honest with you, in all honesty, I don't want to be around a prodigal who is, you know, who is not in their right mind, who the enemy is using. I know you're still with that counterfeit. You're in fornication, so you're in sin. That means you're being oppressed by demonic entities. You're being influenced by these demonic entities. What do I look like? Putting myself in vicinity of you, going about talking to you, being around you? No, I'm not doing that. I have more wisdom. I have the wisdom of knowing that this is not what I need to be doing. So I'm just going to keep standing on my post. That's what God told me to do. He told me to pray. He did not tell me to reach out to this prodigal. He did not tell me to go around this prodigal. Sometimes I'm stubborn and I reach out to this prodigal, and it ends up into an hurtful experience. And every time when God tells you not to reach out to this person, just don't do it. Don't go against what God's telling you, because you're going to pay a price for that. So I've learned my lesson when it comes to that. But the thing is, when you don't lack confidence, and when you're comfortable, and when you have insecurities that you're dealing with, you will see ghosting as a laughable matter. I really laugh about those things because it doesn't hurt my self-esteem. It doesn't hurt who I am as a person, because I know who I am. I know whose I am. I know who I belong to. So it doesn't hurt me. I know that certain people have gone through this, and I know that this for them is a really hurtful experience, because the person just falls out and they, just don't respond to you when you're waiting for a response. But I can tell you what I do. And this is what I do when it comes, when it comes to my prodigal. As soon as he goes to that, to do those types, I just delete the whole text, and I just delete everything, and I just go about my day. And that's how you deal with ghosting, ladies and gentlemen. Delete the whole text, go about your day, get busy. I'm gonna say this too. I'm super busy with what God has told me to do. I'm working on my purpose. I have other things that I have to do also. So I don't really have time to really sit and really think about these things, because my life is just so busy. I'm so busy with a lot of things. So people ghosting me, okay. It doesn't bother me at all. It doesn't bother me at all. It just tells me that, girl, this is where they're at, accept it, and just move forward. That's it. That's all it tells me. So, and prodigals will do what prodigals do. You just have to wait on the Lord to change that prodigal's heart, mind, to renew, you have to wait on God to put His Spirit within that prodigal. You have to wait for that emotional maturity to kick into this prodigal. So you have to wait on the Lord. All you have to do is just keep standing. But I did, talk to him. I just wanted to feel out where he's at. And I can tell that he has still a lot of work to do. There's still a lot of growth that needs to take place in that prodigal. And I just have to trust God that He will, bring that growth to the prodigal. That's all I can do. I can only have faith and trust in God. But this is the things that you're going to go through with a prodigal. And you need to, and I always say this, in any way, shape, or form, you're not supposed to look like that counterfeit, okay? The prodigal needs to see that you're a different person. There's a difference between you and a counterfeit. I wouldn't look like no counterfeit. I'm sorry. So this is really what I wanted to say with this video. But my prodigal and I do talk occasionally when he reaches out. I'm normal. I talk to him. I don't behave any certain way towards him, but I've seen within him that he is easily offended, and that's a prayer point also that you can pray, is to pray against the spirit of offense in that prodigal, because they get easily offended. They have such fragile egos that any slight little thing triggers them, sets them off, and has to do with trauma. So you just have to keep standing on that prayer post and that God do the work in that prodigal. But that's what I really wanted to bring to you guys with this video. And understand, if God did not tell you to reach out to that prodigal, don't do it, okay? Don't make the mistake that I made. I reached out to my prodigal. I shouldn't have done it because God never told me to. But sometimes, you just want to see where they're at. And that's what I wanted to see. But yeah, I should have just left it alone. That's what I wanted to bring to you guys today with this video. I pray you guys have a blessed day. I will speak to you guys in another video, God willing. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. So goodbye, you guys. Shalom.